Hi, my name's Benji B. I'm from London. My job is the best job in the universe. It involves being able to play my music that I love to as many people as I possibly can. And I do that around the world in clubs and travel all over the place. I also am in the very privileged position of being able to share my music via BBC Radio 1, which is, as you know, now heard worldwide via BBC iPlayer. So, yeah, it's the best job in the world, and I wouldn't change anything about it. My radio show is really just a representation of the music that I love. It also reflects what I do in the club as well. So some of it is more dance floor orientated, but not only that. You know, I play music to listen to as well. I play music across quite a wide variety: hip hop, soul, house, dubstep, bass music, stuff that you can't even explain, a lot of music in between. And I've been doing that for a long time now. I did a show on 1Extra, which is Radio 1's sister digital station, for about 8.5 years, since the station launched in 2002. And I was in the fortunate position where it sort of gathered a following over the years without any press or promo. It was just a really word of mouth thing, and I just really was playing the music that I loved and the sounds that I believed in. And over time it seems to have kind of become a sort of sound that is recognized and appreciated worldwide, and it's been able to evolve with up-and-coming producers as well as the more established producers and more established sounds. I often have guests, and I'm in a very lucky position where now I can speak to my musical heroes. So last week I had the legendary Photek. The week before that I had Carl Craig, whose contribution to music for the last 20 years is phenomenal. I've spoken to everyone that you can think of, from Mos Def to Erykah Badu to Idris Elba to Pharrell. I can't think. There's so many people I've been lucky enough to interview over the years, and yes, it's an important part to do a mixtape show, but also to invite the people who are important to the program to come and speak on their music. Today we've spent the best part of 5 hours discussing what to expect from the Red Bull Music Academy, because frankly it needs 5 hours to be able to explain that. I just spoke for ages with Dave Jones about it. I spoke for ages upstairs about it because I can't put it into one sentence. It's exhausting, it's emotional, it's exhilarating, exciting, frightening, all of these things all at once. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, there's some amazing music going on, But imagine getting a golden ticket to go and stay in the perfect house with all of the perfect roommates that are all into the same stuff as you, and where you get to meet your heroes every day, learn from them, make music with them, party with them, and DJ and perform with them for 2 weeks non-stop with very little sleep in a city that is usually somewhere very exciting in the world, be it Sao Paulo, Cape Town, London, New York, Tokyo, or otherwise. And this year, as we know, it's in Tokyo, which musically is one of the most passionate, specialist, incredible places to be in the world. As a DJ, whenever I get a call to go and play at Tokyo, I don't care what I'm doing, I'm like, clear my schedule, I'm going. So I go to Japan whenever I can. I love Japan, and music people all love Japan. And so it's a very exciting territory for the Academy to be happening in this year. Music is my life, yeah. It's like I'm very lucky in my life, because lots of people, spend their life trying to work out what it is that they love. We all spend our life trying to work out what we should do and what's right from wrong, and, how to best make use of our work, and we're learning every day. But some of us aren't blessed with a clear passion. I've always known from being 5 years old that my life is about music, and it's a sort of a very fortunate thing for me. It's not a choice. The choice is what you do within music, but music chose me. It's not like, it's not something that I've thought, okay, why don't I have a go at this music thing? It's kind of like music is my first, second, third, fourth, and fifth passion. It's like it's something that I've lived and breathed from an early age. So. If I look back, I'd probably would have wanted to do different things within music and done more than what I've done. But my expression in this lifetime of what so far has been to share my music via the medium of radio and nightclubs, and I'm really comfortable with that. I don't think that there's any rules, really. yes, I think that there's no substitute for experience, and experience counts for a lot. Once you've honed your craft in anything, whether it be DJing or producing or whatever, experience counts for a lot. You know, the University of Life production or whatever is probably more valid than any lesson you could take. And certainly for what I do, having a sort of encyclopedic music brain of my musical experiences, my record collections, my concerts, everything that I've amassed in my life since being a kid until now are the tools that enable me to do what I do and be able to sit here 1 minute having a conversation about UK garage and then talk to Erica Badu about, you know, Dilla or production on this or whatever. The next minute it's like, these are my passions, this is what I care about, I love it. So for me, there's no substitute for those reference points. And it's also important for me to approach, but I'm a bit old school like that, you know. I don't approach anything without getting to know it and respecting it. I would never sit here for a second and pretend to be an expert on rockabilly music or, you know, rock or trance or metal or anything which is not my specialist area. You know, if I went to that area, I'd go with respect. And sometimes I think that playing music without understanding it in its context, whether it be hip-hop or garage or whatever, can be a bit misguided when you don't actually take the time to actually understand the context of some of these records and what they mean and their place. But on the flip side, completely conversely, there's also something to be said absolutely for making stuff without any kind of self-imposed notion of reference points. You know, and some of the best music comes out of people that have not spent their time listening to all of this stuff at all. You know, because some people will sit there and they'll make a tune and they'll go, oh no, that's way too much like Kenny Dope, or sounds too much like Premiere, or oh, I can't use that sample, it's played out, or whatever. And in actual fact, with this next generation that's coming through, it seems like those rules aren't even there. They just make what they're making. Like, if it sounds like something, then whatever, you know. And I think there's definitely something to be said for the flip side of making music without the weight of expectation of knowing too many reference points of what stuff sounds like. So, in short, there is no easy answer to your question. 1212, this is Benji B from London, UK. I strongly recommend that you go to the website, print out that massive application form, go through it, sweat over it a bit, think about how you're going to answer those difficult questions, and do your best to do so, because if you get accepted onto the Red Bull Music Academy, it really is an experience of a lifetime. Check it out, redbullmusicacademy.com. Peace.